Oh, hopefully that belch didn't get on there. I apologize if it did. I was trying to get that out before going live. Sorry. All right, well, I'm hoping all of these audio issues that I was having yesterday have been cleared up. It turns out that I don't know what it is, something with the Polymega that does not like my capture card. Although when I switch to the older capture card, it works just fine. So anyways, I am going to, well, first I got to turn my controller on, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Vandal Hearts. It's a game that I have loved for many years. I just bought it kind of at a game store back in, I believe it was 1999. I saw it just sitting on the shelf, and I decided, well, let's see what this game is all about. So I picked it up. No, actually, it was prior to 99. 99, I think, is when I bought it again. Anyways, Vandal Hearts is a very good game, so I just wanted to get a chance to do a little play on this one again.
Oui di sang fi lang fi di fa, oui di fa, oui di fa sa ya ya, oui di fa.
Alright, so I don't think there really is anything for options concerning this game. Let's see. Oh, let's go ahead and go to fast. New game.
Sostagaria. For over a millennium, the fertile lands in the heart of this vast continent were ruled by the Holy Asha dynasty, descendants of Toroa, the Messiah. However, it is man's doom to forget. Amidst all the wealth and exotic pleasures, the nobility lost their way and sank into corruption and depravity, forgetting even the holy teaching of
I don't know if that audio is going to be okay. I mean, if you can hear that all right.
It was in these days
I'm going to turn it up just a smidgen.
Struggling under an oppressive regime, rose up and, under the leadership of Aris the Sage, took up arms against the kingdom. That was the first outbreak of violence in what would later be known simply as the Revolution. The royal army's counterattack was swift and fierce, but time and time again they were put to flight by the cunning strategies of Aris and the indomitable will of the advancing Liberation Army. Victory in hand, the rebels set up a council and worked to establish the continent's first democracy. And so, the Republic of Ishtaria was born. However, Aris the Sage, whom all hoped would lead the country, mysteriously vanished and has not been seen again to this day.
So anyways, this game came out before the release of, oh goodness, what's that game called? Final Fantasy Tactics. So I had a great time when I was playing this game, and when Final Fantasy Tactics was kind of becoming a thing, I was super excited to be able to play that game because I absolutely love this game. The sad thing is, when Final Fantasy Tactics finally came out and I purchased that one, I was so unhappy with the game. It didn't match up to this game. I don't know what it is. You'd think with a name like Final Fantasy that it would be able to stand up against something like this, but man, oh man, this has got to be my favorite tactics game that's ever been created. I was mentioning the other day too. It's also one of the only video games, anyways, that my girlfriend at the time would even get into or play for that matter, and played through the entire game. That girlfriend, of course, is now my wife, but this was back during our high school years. There's a few other games, you know, that she would play, Mario Kart, that kind of thing. We'll see how far I get into this stream before I end up actually switching to something else. Like I said, right now what I'm wanting to do is I want to go through the entire game, and I'd like to stream everything as I do it. Hopefully I can get through that. We'll see. But a little bit later, when I stop to cook dinner for the family, of course I'll kill this stream, and then I'll come back and I'll just play some more random stuff as I'm doing some testing. Shannon, come here. Oh, it's a black screen right now. Just wait. It's loading. Watch out for the camera. What's that?
Wow.
You know, also playing through this kind of reminds me of the second game as well. The second game in this series was not nearly as good as this first one. As a matter of fact, there's some other games that came out after that. I believe there was a game for mobile, and then there was also one, I want to say for the PS2. I might be wrong on the console on that, but there was a sequel that was released. But neither one was really any good. Alright, let me see. I gotta remember the controlling, how to do this here. Let's see. So if you take them head on, they of course can, if I remember, they can actually take less damage. You actually can do more damage to the characters, to your enemies, if you get them from the side or the back. Let me see. Let me get, is that Clint? Move over here. I think some of these effects, as far as with the zooming in like that, I think that's one of the things that really kind of stood out to me about this game. Alright, so then I have to end my turn. And of course my back is to him, so that's gonna, oh, does its damage. course, those blood spurts that happen there, very kind of comical looking, but still, I don't think they did that in the second game. The only Final Fantasy Tactics game that I really enjoyed was Tactics Advance. You know, that was a very simplified tactics game, but it was still probably one of the best in the series for me. I know a lot of people they think that first one was probably the best, or the re-release of it on the I think it was the PSP. But I could not get into it. So many times I tried and so many times I failed. Alright, now Ash here, he's starting to get down on health, and if he loses or if he dies in battle, that means that I lose the whole match. So I have to be careful that won't happen. Oh, well. You know what? I'll go right next to him. Okay. I suppose it's kind of hard to miss with an arrow that close a range. Although it does happen, of course, in this game. My worries was that he was either going to dodge it or block it or something and then hit me back. You know, it just dawned on me, maybe I should be reading this stuff to you guys. I'll start that after I finish with this round, just in case anyone has trouble reading it if they're on a small screen or something. Alright, so you got a very simple map, of course. Same thing with the Final Fantasy Tactics games. Although with Tactics Advance, you could actually build your own map, which I thought that was kind of neat. Alright, so let's go to headquarters and give our report. So what I need to do is I need to move... Let's see here. Where is it at? There it is. Security Force Headquarters. And that concludes my report. What report? I suppose everything that we just did. I see. Well done. Let's take a good look into the background of this Zoot Gak. I agree. As always, the big guy always gets away. The truth gets swept under the carpet, and only the small guys get screwed. Hey, you're out of line. You're right. There are lots of things wrong with this government. Corrupt politicians, oppressive taxes, and not enough police. Wow, sounds quite similar yet very different to what's going on even right now. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. But no matter how filthy things get, as long as we remember who we are, we the people have the freedom to change things for the better. And it's that freedom that gets so many people, or excuse me, it's the freedom that so many people died for 15 years ago. I understand. I had no right to mouth off like that. I'm sorry. No, it's alright. In any case, you all did a fine job. Why don't you relax a little? Yeah, don't mind if I do. Heal up my wounds, get back into battle. Now how about we head to the tavern for a drink? Alright, so we're going to move over to the tavern, talk to the local drunks. So let's talk to the bartender, and he says, I thought it would get better after the war, but now everything is taxed and you can't walk on the streets at night. Alright, well, young man, the streets are filled with criminals, and our council is filled with politicians who only care about padding their own nests. Now it's daily terrorist threats. What's going to happen to this country? And the woman says,
The terrorists killed Mr. Smirtana, head of the council, just 3 days ago. They say it was the work of the old royalists, but if you ask me, it could have been any of a dozen different groups. I'm just surprised it didn't happen sooner.
She actually looks like one of the characters that I get later. I don't know if it's the same person or not, but if Eris were to see how things have turned out, I wonder what he would say. Alright, well, looks like we got no information. Oh, here we go. Help! Somebody! Riot! What, you want me to riot? Or is there a riot going on? Calm down, tell us what happened. A riot has broken out in the Dover District. Dover District? AKA the Royal Ghetto? But they hate bloodshed. They're always the first to negotiate. That's the terrible part. The army decided that the royalists were behind the assassination of Smetana, and they came to take Count Claymore away. Things got tense and the young nobles gathered around the soldiers. Then there was some shoving and someone drew a sword. What kind of fool lets get over there right away? So I guess I'll just move on over to the Dover District. Oh yeah, the Crimson Soldiers. Okay, so these guys are like the elite soldiers of the game. Very difficult to beat. And of course, this Kane guy, he's kind of the head of the Crimson Soldiers. Alright, so they take off and they leave some peons behind that I'm going to have to deal with now. And of course, as you see, there's a couple of treasure chests that are on the map here. You have to actually go up to those and you have to swipe them with your sword in order to get them to open up. I do remember, actually on this part, I think, oh yeah, you can actually go and you can take a look at how far your enemy can travel. So if I go over to, say, this guy here, it shows me exactly where he can go. So he can get all the way up to Diego here. So Diego's not going to want to stand there, but this guy can hit basically everybody but Diego. So I'm going to want to... Can't even get up to him, so I'm just going to hide here behind this chest, and I'll go ahead and attack it. And I'll just kind of hold. Oh, hey guys, sorry. Front Mission 3. This game, yeah, Vandal Hearts. I've been kind of talking about it here. This is one of those games that I just fell in love with back on the PlayStation era, and I really want to play through the entire game. I am going to do small little streams with this game. So what I'm going to end up doing is I will end up, when it's time for me to cook dinner for the family, I'm going to go ahead and stop this game, finish up dinner, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to kind of do some of the more random games and that sort of thing. So that'll be closer to about 7 o'clock. But anyways, hey Jesse and Big Mech. What do I think about the system? Well, let me tell you, I love it. You know, of course, while I'm at work or you know, that kind of thing, I'm thinking about, okay, well, what can I test next? And the really awesome thing is, let me see, my line. No, I'm not. All the beta testers were in a special Discord, and that Discord it's pretty active. So I mean, people are testing obviously all day long. It's really nice being able to see how much activity is actually going on, not just from the beta testers themselves, but also from, oh, I forgot to turn that audio back down a smidge, didn't I? Let me just put that down a little bit here. But the people over at Polymega, they're taking the time to talk to us, and anytime we have either an issue with a game or whatever it may be, they're right there. They're taking notes and letting us know what's going on. So it's really nice. It's not like, you know, again, I hear people all the time that, oh well, these guys, they're just sitting around, they're not doing anything. No, they're doing something. They're not only working on trying to make the games more efficient, but they're doing their jobs, trying to get this thing ready so that it will be able to launch in November. So yeah, needless to say, the system itself, I absolutely love, and everything that Polymega is doing right now, I absolutely love as well. Actually, my Discord just popped up here. Someone else is making mention of something that they found. Sometimes it's little things, little suggestion that I even had made, because when I first booted it up, I really didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't figure it out. So just little things that could make kind of life easier as far as operating goes, to tweak the operating system or to tweak little things here and there. Last night I was doing a little cleaning in my game room here. I was trying to, I have this kind of nest of cords down where my feet would be right now, if my feet were actually on the ground, but I have them up. Not that that matters. But this nest of chords, along with my NES, the Saturn, and different consoles that I've been playing a lot of lately, I was going through and cleaning, and I was debating whether or not to even put my Saturn away. You know, one of the things with the Saturn right now, I have to change out that chip, or not chip, I'm sorry, that button cell battery. So I get annoyances every time I start it up, and I have to tell it the time and that sort of thing. Usually just skip over it, but obviously with the Polymega, you're not going to get stuff like that. I do want to hook this up to my projector and try doing some stuff there. I'll probably use my camera. I got to figure out how to get my camera to actually do audio. That's why I'm wearing the headphones here. Oh wait, okay, so I forgot about this. I can also swing the camera around. You know what? No, I'm gonna... Okay, there are archers over there. I'm just gonna stick Clint over here. Get Ash right in front there too. And we'll get Diego to go trip the drawbridge. Oh, did I? Alright. I was supposed to do something there, not just stand on it, I guess. It's been a long time since I've played this game. Oh, examine maybe? No, push. No, examine worked. Okay. I believe push would have done it as well, though. Oh, that's right. And in this game, you can actually have an action and then a movement, or a movement and then an action. It's a little bit different than what I guess was with like Final Fantasy, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I played that one as well. I may end up just going ahead and buy that. I saw that at the local game store recently here. So I'll probably end up picking that up just to try it out again. Like I said, I've had a real difficult time trying to play Final Fantasy Tactics over the years, but I still want to give it a shot anyways. Alright, Clint is just about dead. I gotta be careful with him. So I'm hoping I'm not going to make a mistake, but okay, so that's just an herb. Okay, I may have made a mistake. But as long as Ash doesn't die. See, if they were smart, they'd probably both go after Ash right now, but he's lowest on health, so they're going to take him out. That's another thing that I like about this game, is when your characters die in-game, they're not gone for good like they were in Tactics, or Final Fantasy Tactics. I absolutely have to take this guy out, otherwise I will be dead. Okay, good. Because if that other guy shoots Ash and I go down, that's going to really suck. I don't think I can... Nope, can't reach him. But that's alright, I'll go ahead and leave him right there anyways. You know, Big Mac, that's a really good question. I mean, when I bought it, I bought the entire set. I can't remember the Mega Pack or whatever it was that they were calling it at the time, where it comes with all the modules, 2 controllers for each module, 2 of the Polymega controllers. So I spent a good chunk of change on it. So, I mean, yes, I do think it's worth it, but that really depends on you as a gamer. Because if you're the type of gamer who you're not into, you know, older games, or you don't have a lot of older games, then no, it probably won't be worth it. But if you're the type of gamer who you're into this older stuff and you like being able to take your old cartridges and put it into a console to play it, pull it back out again, put a new one in, you know, that's wonderful. Being able to do stuff like that and being able to have the nice, crisp visuals that they have on the console. You know, this is worlds better than what I can get out of any current TV with my older consoles, especially with my older consoles failing like they are. I have, I think, 3 different systems at the moment that are needing to be recapped. I've got the, what do you call it? The Sega CDX. The CD player itself doesn't operate. I can play Genesis games on it still, but the CD games are no good. One of my Super Nintendos needs to have a recap, which, you know, again, is not a big deal because I've got one other console. My Turbo Duo, now that's a big one. My Turbo Duo, the audio is completely gone on it, so it's pretty much useless to me. So being able to, I guess, save some money. If you're a gamer too, that's another thing. If you're wanting to save some money, but you want to get into a bunch of classic games, if you buy this console, and even with all the modules, you're still going to end up saving yourself a lot of money. Look, I mean, if you think about it, you get a Sega Genesis, you get a Sega CD, and a 32X. You get all 3 of those pieces. That's going to set you back a couple hundred, probably $200 to $300 for working consoles. So, I mean, there's $300 right there. So if you really kind of do the math, and depending on what it is that you're looking for, yeah, it can make a big difference. So it's worth it, yes. Oh, the gun. I don't have a whole lot of information on that, basically just the same information that you probably have. But it's, oh my gosh, I want that gun so bad. I've actually been buying up a bunch of old Super Nintendo, Genesis, Sega CD games that use light guns, even Saturn games, just in anticipation for it. It's really cool. You can actually see some videos of it working. The guy that actually invented the technology for that, he has videos all over the internet around it. And of course, it sounds like Polymega is going to be licensing this gun from him in order to release it on the console. I don't like the idea it's going to have like this white border that goes around the screen, but that's really not that big of a deal because I'll be able to, you know, get a couple of these guns and be playing it on a projector even rather than just a TV. So it's pretty sweet. Oh, you own 2 out of the 3 systems that they offer? Okay. Yeah, and I'm a classic gamer, so I have quite a few pieces here. You know what? I don't even remember what I'm supposed to do. I think I just have to move up here. Oh, yeah, that's all it was. Sorry. Sorry, I got into talking there, and I can't talk sometimes and think at the same time. It doesn't work so well. So I lost Clint there. It ends up reducing your gold. What systems is it that you have, by the way? Oh man, and when you start thinking about some of the CD systems, I mean, you've got PlayStation, you've got the Sega CD, you've got Turbo CD, you've got, what am I missing here? Did I say PlayStation, Neo Geo, Saturn? Once you start factoring in those costs for systems as well, you're really starting to get up there. That's funny. Count Claymore. I suppose it probably was a name. Whoever maybe invented the Claymore, maybe that was the name of the person that made that sword. By the way, how's the audio, guys? Like I was saying earlier, I think I might have figured out some of those issues that I was having last night. Oh, so your systems are also modded. See, that's another thing. You spend extra cost for modding the system, or again, in the case of running out of good capacitors, your capacitors dying on the systems, eventually you're going to have to pay more money to get those fixed too. That's another thing that I'm just dreading. I have tried checking to see if I can find somebody who will be able to fix my capacitors on my CDX, but it pretty much nobody will touch those things. They are so difficult. From what I understand, the capacitors are tiny on that thing, and there's a ton of them on there. Can't remember exactly how many. It was around 30 capacitors in this, tiny little console, only about like this big, and it's got a dual layer board, which makes things even more difficult. So I'm guessing Big Mac. Then you haven't pre-ordered yours yet. You're still kind of on the fence about that. Alright, so I'm going to get the game saved up here. Once it lets me do that, I'm actually going to probably save it both in this location here. Forgot I'm using PlayStation style control, so I always keep hitting the wrong button. So we're going to save it there, and then I'm also going to go ahead and do a state save, just to be on the safe side. But I'm going to go ahead and end it right here, because like I said, this stream right here is only for Vandal Hearts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go make supper for my family, and I'll be back probably about an hour and a half, and I'm just going to do one of the random streams of any of the games that I might have, or if you guys have any requests, I'll see if I have it, and we'll toss it in and see what happens. But anyways, guys, I will see you all later.